Alright folks, sorry about this. We are bicep tricep workout, and I am trying my darndest to make sure I capture all of the footage. So we have, I'll tilt that there. We're doing a super curl bar right now, doing a rope for triceps. I'll show you that in a second using the belt squat. And even though I'm going kind of a fast pace with that, not a lot of momentum being used because it's rather light. So as we get to the heavier weights, the movement will be slower, but we're still trying to use just bicep, not back, not legs, not shoulders, not whatever. Okay. So I'll say, oh, I'm doing 25 on here, but the reality is we're doing more. It's the belt apparatus, chain, rope, all that crap added together. At some point I might put some gloves on, protect the wrist a little bit maybe. We'll do whatever whatever we want. Yeah. Alright, so I didn't add any weight, but I'm feeling nice and loose now, so probably time for that. We'll jump up to a 25 on this for the next set. And I think we're going to need our 25s caps over here, so we'll use ETX on this one. Now, try and keep the pace going. I know some people don't take as long a breaks as I do. So I had to get my subscriber numbers up, folks, which might mean we either need to make more videos or we need to make better quality videos, right? One or the other. Alright, so I bought this 60-inch selfie mount. It comes with lights, right? But man, these lights, they do not want to stay on here. I think for my travels I'm going to take it with me, but it is a royal pain in the you-know-what. Trying to keep them on there. Alright, so we need to get the other VTX without tripping over everything. Okay, so we had a 10 on the tricep. Let's bring these out. So by the time some of you see this, I may have already left for my long work trip. Which, if this was a serious moneymaker, we probably would, have issues with being gone a long time. But since I don't think we're not getting rich off this anytime soon. All right, I gotta get this other camera ready to rock and roll. You may find, different videos of mine on different channels, and I honestly would recommend, folks, that if you start a weightlifting channel, that you have more than one channel. Potentially recording multiple sources, multiple views, or just the other aspect would be you shoot, you know, multiple videos on different days. Alright, so the third camera ready to go for bicep, tricep. That's just a long shot. You know, it'd be nice if I edited this all together and made one great shot, or for those on the triple view, I can control the views. Let's see, let's add one. We'll go back to this scene. Screw it. Alright. This one has audio too, where the other one didn't. So, alright, we're going to do, got 25s on here. I think I'll throw my gloves on. I'm going to go eat some Japanese food today. After this nice Japanese sit-down restaurant. Take the old lady out for a nice meal. Sure she'd appreciate that. Alright. So, 25. Now if you can see me from the side, which I'm not sure any of the triple views can, we are trying to use our biceps more than anything, right? I could, you know, cheat it up, and maybe on my final weights I might do that, but for this, we're going to just use our strength in our biceps. Alright. So I added 10 more pounds. No idea what I'm really lifting, but alright. So we will take the 10. I think we'll take the, I don't know what we're going to do. That's feeling pretty good. I mean, maybe just go up 10. We can put a lot of weight on this thing. So though, bicep wise, we could work out with 45, 50 on each side. I'm just going to take it a little easy. With this belt squat, there are all kinds of cable accessories that you can buy with it, buy for it, I should say. And if you ever buy a cable lat pull down, some of the other stuff, some of those will come in handy, just like at the gym. And so I have no problem putting the investment in, because I think, you know, I'm going to get my money's worth out of it. Hell, if I avoid going to the gym just once, we could be saving $3 you gas, right? So now on the days that I'm not, I actually have to drive somewhere, then it doesn't make a lot of sense not to go to the good gym. But so over time, you know, some of this might add up by staying home. Some of it's your time too. Waste an hour more, you know, drive back and forth, whatever. Where I could just, you know, roll out of bed and work out here. That's a win-win for me. All right, let's do a set. And we never did fix this camera. So, we add a 10 over here. I'll add 5s on this thing. Take the 2.5 off, add 5. After I do my set of triceps. So I got a favorite exercise. It's going to be the V-bar. Or I could use this Super Pro bar for skull crushers, which is a little better for my elbow. Now last week I did this, and I think 2 days later I did bench press. And I could not lock my right tricep out so great. Oh, man. Getting hungry, folks. So, I wonder if this laptop, while I'm gone, if I'll leave it here all set up. I should probably unplug it from the wall. Yeah, if you're curious about the triple view setup, I did make a video. I think I put it on a different channel, but you know, it's not there yet. I've got to work on a few things. You know, to be honest with you, I haven't really thought of this, but we could do a 4K triple view, which would be nice because then the 4 quads would be 1080p. When I can get something set up in here, so it'll be, I'll use the TV in here as a monitor so I can see a lot easier than this. I'll have a desktop computer, which I already have. We'll have 4 webcams hooked up to it. They'll all be the same, where right now I've got 3 different ones, and they're all providing different different dimensions to the video. So we'll have that squared away. I got long enough cables with repeaters in here so that I don't trip over the cables. But then I've got to run the cables all the way around the wall up to where the wall mounts were. I discussed having 2 over here, so 1 on the power cage, and the power cage is going to get upgraded. 1 over here pointed at the incline, 1 over on this side pointed at the decline, and then 1 in the bicep curl, or where the dumbbells are, that area. So if I can do that, 1, 2, 3, That's only 4, so I only need, yeah, I can get by with 4, it looks like. I was yesterday thinking 5, but I think 4 will work. Oh, never mind, I was going to do a 5th. It's going to be 90 degrees to the power cage. So yeah, 90 degrees to the power cage would be pretty good. I think I might have thrown a 10 on here already. Maybe not. Let's just put another one on there. So we're gonna switch out here in a little bit. I think I'm done with the super curl. Yeah, I could do more. We're gonna do some hammer curls over here while we're still doing the triceps. So I was checking out some people's home gyms, or garage gyms. Man, I think most people don't have the square footage to do an awesome basement gym, but there's a lot of people that just take over the whole garage. I think it's his and her couple that are really into weightlifting, and so they'll do a decent gym, you know. I mean, they can't have everything. It's only 400, if that, square foot, right? So how much can you really freaking put in the garage gym? I'll have, not that this is going to be that much bigger, but I think just in this area here, we are somewhere close to 300 square foot of room. Then we go around the corner, and it should be another 300 square foot. Now with the way things are, not necessarily the best. I'm going to try and measure this room from the end of the wall, because my shoes are exactly a foot. So the right side is 22 long, and then I'll try and get this. So 9 by 22, so just over there, that's 198 square foot. And then this side, five and a half by 17, because I'm pretty sure I already measured this. So what does that come out to? 85 and a half times 17, 85 plus 85 half of 17, 8 and a half, 93 and a half. So we are basically at 291 in here, which should be smaller than somebody's 400 square foot garage. But around the corner, I think it's, at least in this first part, 15 by 15, and then maybe 10 by at least 10. So you're talking another 300 square foot. So I'll have about 600 square foot. Eventually I like to put the cardio in the man cave, and you know, see how that goes. Alright. So I took all that weight off. So we're doing hammer curls now, and I've got this set up where at the bottom it's not hitting the floor, right? So feeling it a little bit in the elbow. Okay, so I think we'll put a 2 and then drop the 25 on top of it so it's easier to take off, and then maybe another 10. So I don't know, I don't think I'll be able to match the gym those guys had in some aspects. Like, they went out and bought really expensive dumbbells, you know, rubber dumbbells. And, you know, some of these guys, they crack me up. Like, this guy, to me, kind of scrawny. Of course, most people to me are kind of scrawny, but 120-pound dumbbells in his garage, right? And I'm like, what the fuck's this guy going to do with 120-pound dumbbells? He gets 1 rep in flat bench. I'd be surprised. You know, but then again, I've been surprised by a lot of people. So, I thought that was excessive. Then he has one of my 2 favorite back machines. I think we'll keep the Super Curl here. We might just do a couple tries with it. Then he's got the Super Curl machine, or excuse me, not the Super Curl machine. He's got the hammer strength back row, seated back row, plate loaded, which is freaking awesome. I will say, did I just do a set of those? Oh my god, folks, I don't even know if I did that. So, this is the problem, being old. But yeah, he had that. Then they had what else did they have? A Cybex leg press, which, you know, didn't look like they had enough weight to really, for me to take advantage of it. You know, if I was to go do the Cybex leg press or any leg press right now, I wouldn't impress anybody. But week after week of doing it, I know I'm going to get 10, 12 plates on each side. It's just a matter of how committed I am to getting there. And then how much, when the quads get big, how the rash, the rubbing, or whatever, you know, it's not rash, but how the rubbing starts to annoy me, and then I'm like, God, I wish my legs were a little smaller. I don't like they are now. So, they had a, was it Titan? Corner cable selectorized plate, which I don't know if I would buy that. I would have bought the Life Fitness one. I mean, if you're going to spend that kind of money, get the better quality, in my opinion. So, we're done with the tricep rope, but we're gonna still use the rope for our hammers. 45 pounds on here. I think I've gotten up to loaded like 90 on here. Or maybe it was 100, but so we'll take that off. 50 next time. Or maybe 55, just to make the videos different. So I kind of like that, you know. One of them had, actually it was a commercial gym, which kind of sucked. You know, $100,000 gym. And I thought the stuff he had in it sucked. But he had nice dumbbells up to 100, but he had the ones from 2.5 to 22.5 in 2.5 increments. Then, you know, the rest 5 pounds up to 100. But there was nothing else in there that I was like, yeah, this is good. So, I talked about, you know, if I come back from this trip, I'm going to have some money. That doesn't buy a whole lot of, you know, great used gear. We could potentially get my two favorite pieces of hammer strength, but would that make a lot of sense? I think getting some kind of cable, either a corner unit, you know, if I could, I don't know if you could disassemble those. I don't even know how the hell somebody would get it in here. And then it's got to be, I think less than 8.5 foot, something like that. But yeah, I'm not real sure. Actually, piece of drywall. Normal sheets are 4x8, so this ceiling is right at about 4'8". So that doesn't allow me, I think, to pull that off. All right, so this is super curl bar, hitting the tricep a little bit different angle, and still feeling a lot of strain in the elbow, but not as bad as the other bar would, and or my hand and wrist. So we got to put more weight on here. Yeah, hell. Now I saw Jesse James West, his setup, you know, $100,000 in equipment. Maybe he spent more on other stuff, but you know, the other factor is obviously the space costs money, right? Now, I could keep saving money up and, you know, I can afford $100,000 worth of gym equipment, but where the hell am I going to put it? You know, I don't have the room. I take over the whole basement, and I wish the finished part was less than it is, from the aspect of it's cutting into my gym area. But like I said, I can always put cardio on the other side of the wall and be able to see TV. I think the wife would be okay with that. And if I can pull that off, folks. So we're going to go up in 10-pound increments on that. Getting a pretty good pump. Yeah. I wouldn't mind, you know, replacing my dumbbell set with all nice rubber coated ones, but I think you start to realize, you know, it's like, well, okay, so I can do shrugs with, you know, who knows how much, like somewhere over 100, right? Somewhere less than 150, somewhere over 100. You know, do I need them? I have the Olympic dumbbells. I can use this thing, which I think, honestly, for shrugging is even better. How are we doing on time? Wow, we've got 20 minutes left. Actually, let me check. Yeah, exactly 20 minutes. Alright, so I think it's tricep time. But yeah, all these dreams I have, and I'm going to go away for a while, then we're going to be like, well, do we do all this or not? I thought about cutting into a bunch of my computer parts and selling those instead of holding on to them, because they're just losing value every so many months. But we haven't pulled the trigger there. I think we'll jump up to a 25 next. So yeah, I mean, that would be a decent amount of money. The amount of graphics cards I have, do I need all those graphics cards? People don't watch too many of the videos with the old cards in them, but it's still nice to have them for comparison's sake. Wow, this is slightly damaged. So we have could, you know, come up with a little bit more money, but really needed to do was have three of the 5 channels, and eventually 4 of the 5, maybe 5 of 5, monetize, cranking money, distribute the money across the channel so that they're all getting better. Not show favoritism, I think, towards one or the other, but I mean, this channel, I'm amazed how many views I can get sometimes. Like, I mean, they're short views, but you know, I think we've had some over a 48-hour period, 40,000 views on the cat channel, and do a bunch of other crap on that channel, but miscellaneous, we'll call it. That one also 40, 50,000 views. My tech channel sometimes 40, 50,000 views over a 48-hour period, but then it goes to 12,000. That's kind of, if I don't really do anything, 12,000 baseline. This channel, if I don't do anything, baseline probably 1,000. The cat channel baseline probably 3,000 or 4,000. The my other tech and fitness channel, that one, hell, what would it be at? Let's say 2,000. So, you know, you got to keep feeding the beast, basically. So this was like 65 pounds. We're trying to keep our back, trying to keep the back rigid, keep the core nice and tight when we're lifting. Yeah, Jesse James though, his gym, he's got a pretty decent one. I think he said he spent 100,000 on it. It's like, okay. Now, he used, you know, I think almost all his basement, which if I had used all my basement and we had gotten it a foot taller, I could potentially match that, but now, if it's up to me, I'd probably cut the furnace side in half, have the washer dryer on this side, but make that an even smaller apartment with a smaller living room, no dining area. You'd have to eat at the counters, kitchen, bathroom, and the master, second master, and that would be all she wrote for that. All right, time check. Getting a good, I feel like I'm getting a good pump, folks. All right, let's do, I don't know if I did biceps, triceps, but we're doing 75. And on that note, I think it's time to break out this thing so we can get our videos in. Okay, so I definitely want to alright, so we're going to keep doing the rope. Yeah, I've got to do V-bar, but to do the V-bar we've got to finish with hammer curls, so, and I got to put more weight on here. Alright folks, got belt squat apparatus doing hammer curls. This is somewhere greater than 85 pounds. I got 85 pounds loaded on it. How much I'm actually lifting, you know, is another story. And that is, you know, tougher, I think, than the cable machine. And, you know, dumbbells being as big as they are, a little bit easier to keep it close to your body. So, I'm not sure if I can. So we'll need to put 95 on there next. But let's do a V-bar. The one thing I didn't really want to do was change out the links and everything on these, but let's see if I can. I need this to reach the bench for it to work. Okay. So, if I'm lucky, that won't hit me in the head. If I'm not lucky, it will. And just kind of go gentle. Okay. So when I finished, I'm trying to put the V-bar there, right? But we're going to throw some more weight on there. All right, doing a V-bar. Got, you know, only 45 pounds loaded on here, but just trying to get warmed up for the heavier weights. And I need to add a link to it. We're not quite getting full extension. Still getting a monster pump, but we want to get full extension on that. Alright, let's switch over to the rope. So I'm gonna, let's see. I'm gonna put this on here for the next set, but it's gonna go on here. And we had just did, what, did we do 95 on there? So we need to do more than that. Oh, fuck. That hurt. That hurt, folks. That freaking hurt. Oh my God. So I think that's 105. Wow. Holy cow. Alright, so we got 105 on here. I don't know how the real weight that I'm lifting, but hammer curls with the rope. I would say that was easily 50 some pounds, if not closer to 60. Whew. Wow. So I might do one more of those, but I think we'll do 2 more V-bars. Might need another link in this thing. Whew. I think we can handle 70. Alright, doing V-bar. We've got 70 pounds loaded on her. And folks, I gotta say, this is great because if you've outgrown your Life Fitness machine at the gym, this gives you a completely new dimension. Now, I could use another link in this, of course. So next set I'll lengthen this up. We want to get our arms closer to a full extension. And so that's the nice thing with this. There you have your specific chain set up, or use a bunch of the carabiners to get to work. Alright, so I'm going to extend that because I feel like we are cheating ourselves here. Oops. Yeah, I can keep daydreaming about the gym, folks, and we'll make, you know, improvements. I don't really want to buy a bunch of cheap junk, you know. I work hard for my money. I've talked about buying a flat commercial military. You know, do I need those? No, I think for the money, I can get a pretty decent 3x3 power cage off of Amazon, or I can buy a used hammer strength half rack, which is really, I'm thinking, the way I want to go. I mean, it just makes the channel look more professional. I think using a bunch of cheap shit off Amazon. So we'll do that, and then see where it goes. I've got to make some decisions. You know, bigger power rack's gonna come off the wall further, so that kind of bites. But if we do that, maybe I don't buy the fixed military bench. I could have it where this is always like a movie set here, do it all nice, and then I'll bring in a piece of equipment, put them on furniture rollers just for that specific, you know, lift, put all the weights on weight trees next to it, but always, you know, just roll in the next piece of equipment for the workout. And you know, that might be money, doing it that way. Then I don't have to worry as much about, hey, I could get 10 pieces of equipment in here instead of 4 to 6, just because I'm moving them around. Now that sounds like a serious pain in the ass, but we take our 4 best pieces of equipment, and really I ought to analyze, you know, what are the most popular workouts, you know, and am I doing them on this channel? Alright, so that's much better like that. Might need another hook or another carabiner to be perfect, which I see one on the floor. Alright, make sure we record this. Alright, so I've got 80 pounds on this thing. I've added a carabiner to it to help hopefully get a little bit more extension. this is something you can do at Planet Fitness if you're willing to drag a bench over. You know, might be ideal if you brought a chain with you, because the V-bar is, you know, going to want to stick at the bottom, but could adjust the cables high enough. Hopefully get it sitting on the bench and then work from there. All right. So, folks, time to switch back over to the rope. Now, one thing I'm realizing, I can drop this in any spot, right? We don't have to take the carabiners off, even though it might be nice. And what did we do last set? 105. So I think I said I got 80 on there. We want to, let's do 110. I think we can get 110 on here. We could, the awesome thing is we can use our microweights. We can, yeah, 110. We can put, you know, 2.5s on there. You can buy a 1 1/4. You can buy a 1 1/2. And move this back again. A lot of different things you can do, folks. Here we go. This is going to be tougher. Oh, we got to do our this thing right. All right, folks. 110 hammer curls. Who knows how much we're doing? We have a mechanical advantage, but the weight of all the crap is not taken into account. That would be the apparatus itself, the rope, the chains, all that. Okay. And folks, I'll tell you what, if you've not tried this yet, you want a monster hammer curl exercise, that is it. Okay, one more set. I think we'll try 110 triceps. My triceps should be as strong as my hammer curls, I think. Let's see. We'll try it, and then we'll do the pump check on the main cam. So sadly, I'll have to take a break from using this stuff, and yeah, this right around this corner would be a perfect spot for a military press. And then over here, I think just in view would be a nice spot for a flat, good quality commercial flat bench, not some cheap one I got off Amazon. And then we need to find a spot for a cable, like in this corner would be nice if I could fit a cable row in there. Not a cable row, selectorized plate cable machine that goes in the corner. You can do flies and everything, like a good quality one, but how am I ever going to get that in here? Now, to be honest with you, that machine alone, if I get, you know, if I have this extra money that I'm talking about, or I make this extra money for myself, that would tie up the whole budget. Buying one new, and probably need it new so it comes in parts and have to assemble it. That's going to be a major pain in the butt, but it would be amazing to have, no doubt. All the exercise I can do on there, and then if I did do the personal training, I think all we need after that is a cardio machine. All right, folks, got 110 loaded up on here. We just did hammer curls with that. We're going to try our tricep V-bar exercise. Maybe not getting as much extension out of that as I would have liked, but hey, that was a damn good pump I got out of that. Or we're going to do a pump check on main camera. And this. Yeah, folks, that was good. That was a good tricep workout, biceps. I feel like I did more with the biceps, but we're limited by time, so we got it all in an hour. And I kept the pace going. I think, you know, you'll find on this channel I take my jolly ass time a little too much. And luckily I don't have anybody here to socialize with. So it's